Good evening, folks. This is Diamond from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. I hope you can hear me. This is the first live stream we're doing with the Google Hangout. So if it's working, give me a thumbs up. I don't even know how to find a thumbs up. Oh, here we are in the live chat. You can hear me? If someone can hear me, say hello. Test, test. Am I on? Okay. Hey, can you guys hear me? All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about this plasma destabilization here. This is the LASCO C2 footage. I just downloaded it about 5 or 10 minutes ago, so it's the most updated. And earlier I pointed out this interesting, if we slow it down, this interesting shockwave ball here that came out. And then the laser gun here, the AK-47 lightning bolt out the left side. Look at this whip. Whoosh. So we got a lot of energy here. And it really has done very little in the sense of perturbing the geomagnetic storm activity on Earth. Now, that's because we might be waiting for the some of this filament to come and hit us in 24 to 36 hours. So typically when a space weather event like this happens, we will go to ISWA or WSA Enlil spiral. We'll download it while we're sitting here. But we'll come back to ISWA. They are showing this weird little double black thingamajiggy here blowing out. So it doesn't show it having much effect on Earth at all here. If you come over, Earth is in yellow here. This is the Earth in the yellow. And it looks like what they're showing is a shock wave out on the left. And this one out here has more of the density. The Enlil spiral, this bump keeps getting bigger. They're saying it's not coming until the 15th, a density spike, but that might be something else. Still downloading. We come over to C3, it looks like less of an event. There's no halo, which would suggest that something's coming at us. But because this is a linear whip, I don't know if that really applies. One other thing we want to look out for is here on Wednesday the 15th, there's something that could be on models here sitting off the coast of New England that could intensify and go towards the UK or come inshore here for a snow cane. And if we come over to Solarham, they're showing November 11th getting up to KP4, the 12th and the 13th being geomagnetically quiet. The auroral activity doesn't look that spectacular tonight. We'll come over to spaceweathernews.com and check out what their auroral map is showing. Nothing spectacular. You can see the event caused massive charging here in the atmosphere. The filament here caused this part of, this is where the satellites are. So there's some surface charging occurring on satellites currently because of the destabilization. Electron flux looks pretty normal. The speed and the density look a little tweaked out from the plasma whip. But all looks pretty quiet on the Western front. Mainly I'm doing this live stream to test in how it works, and I really can't even interact with you guys. I don't know how to pop up a screen here that would show me. So this is not showing me anything here. Yeah, it's really strange. So I'm doing a live stream here, but unless I turn the camera on. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm just going to run through some of these picks for you. This is the speeds. You can slow down that ball. Get a close up on it. Guys, that's not a spaceship. That looks like an AK-47 for a minute there. So what I'm going to try to do is tweak out the screen somehow. I don't even know if I'm still live streaming. So let's just quick recap for those that are still in the room here. We've had this plasma filament destabilization happened about 18 hours ago. There's no articles coming out on it at all in the mainstream. There are no articles being written about this event as if it did not happen. Clearly it happened. And ISWA is showing a double shockwave that just so happened to split the middle and miss us on both sides. It's like we're playing Russian roulette, folks, with this solar minimum sun. The sun isn't supposed to be outbursting like this. This is the creepy view. Final recap for those that are still listening, because I haven't really figured out at all. This is really not a good way to do a live stream. I can see you guys chatting if I'm sharing my screen. So it's more like lifestyle, kind of like I do the videos every night. I put up all the links up top and I just wing it for 10 minutes and hope it comes out good. So this plasma filament is not being written up in any articles in the mainstream. I did a pretty thorough search. But we've had some interesting articles. Article here coming out of the Daily Mail. NASA spotted a 7,000 mile per hour whirlpool of plasma on the surface of the sun in a rare anomaly caused by its huge gravitational pull. So this is a plasma filament rare anomaly, and it was occurring recently. According to this article, I'll publish this as a video, and you'll be able to go down to the description box and get a link to it. But this is a rare plasma filament that occurred around Halloween. Massive destabilization of a plasma filament. And if this was coming at Earth, good, look out, folks. The ray gun. It could literally have caused havoc. But what I find the most intriguing about this event is that for layman people watching the sun, they might not have even noticed it, because look at it. It didn't even tweak the X-ray flux. Here's the event right here. Peaking at about 4 UTC. It looks like the solar wind might be coming up a little bit. We have the temperature still rising to really high levels, and then this really interesting major spike. But the KP is calm. Guys, I'm sorry the live stream couldn't have been a little bit more interactive and I could actually see what you're chatting about. But we're going to work the kinks out, and we'll get back to this. And when other events like this, we can be covering them live. And we can actually be discussing what's happening. Those of you that want to join in maybe a Google Hangout that will tape and discuss space weather, the grand solar minimum, or any of the topics that we talk about here on the Oppenheimer Ranch project, send me a message, leave your email, send me an email to oppenheimerranch@gmail.com with your email, and if you want to be in on a Google Hangout, or get involved with our Patreon, because our Patreon subscribers are going to get access to some limited content, including all of our greenhouse designs. So we've had a filament destabilization that's not picked up by any mainstream media outlet. NASA and NOAA aren't talking about it. We got really lucky. But it doesn't appear to be really any material involved in this. Simply because it's a filament, it's more of the charge that we're worried about than the actual debris. Then there isn't a filament destabilizing. So here we might see a little blast. And let's see if the Enlil is at all showing anything. It's showing a lot of red, radial velocity and red arriving right here. But there's no plasma density event. There's nothing really hitting us. If this is it's coming around the 13th or 14th. Very minor event, if any, according to the predictive models. The event itself is quite impressive. Guys, I hope you got something out of the live stream. I'm going to be signing off. I want to thank everyone for joining me. I want to apologize to everyone for not being able to interact with the crowd. Be safe.